Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun video and I am going to be not scraplifting completely, but kind of inspired by this layout from Mari Clark that she just recently did on her YouTube channel. I will have her video linked down below so you can check that out. I'm always inspired by her. I love watching her on YouTube. She is such a sweet person. I've never met her in person, obviously, but I've been watching her videos for years and we've chatted online and she's just so sweet. And so I love how she does like super soft kind of mixed media. And that's what I was going for the first layer. I watched her video and she did lots of layers of mixed media, and so usually I just do one, maybe two, and on this I'm going to have like 4 layers of mixed media, y'all. So first I'm starting off with the new Catherine Polar inks, 3 of them. I am using Serenade, which is the like periwinkle color, Pucker Up, which is the pink, and then In the Park, which is the mint color. You can kind of see I'm using a harder piece of plastic packaging, not something that is, I think it was like on a stamp set, so it's a little bit more stiff than what I normally use. And I'm using the foundations paper from Vicki Boutin, and you don't have to gesso that. It works beautifully, y'all. I will try to link these products down below so you guys can check them out if you're interested. I'm going to be documenting these 2 photos, me with my coffee from Starbucks. Greg brought it home to me a couple weeks ago, and this is going to go in my Project Life album, but it is going to obviously be 12 by 12. So I told you guys, if you haven't watched my Project Life videos, you can go check those out. I'm new to Project Life, but I am using the pocket pages to document weekly things, and then I'm going to also add 12 by 12 layouts in if there's photos that I want to document a full layout of. So that's what I'm doing today. And I'm using this Catherine Polar stencil. It's a slimline stencil. It's cheetah print or leopard print. And I'm using the Pucker Up ink and one of those Vicki Boutin stencil brushes. I don't know what the name is. But that's the first time that I've ever used the brush. I think I bought it like a couple years ago and I've never used it. So I have all of this leftover ink, and y'all, I'm not going to waste it, at least not most of it. I'm going to add it to one of my art journals. And I decided to just add it down the sides of the 2 pages. And then I can use this as a starting off point for an art journal page. So yeah, don't waste all of your ink. I did wipe up some of it just because I didn't want to use all of it, but yeah. So next I am going to do some stamping, and this again was inspired by Mari Clark. She has been doing, I think she's done this in several of her layouts lately, and I really like the look of it. It almost looks, once it's done, it looks like this mixed media was printed this way, like because of all the layers. So I am off stamping on a piece of like scrap paper. There was something else on the other side of the paper. And so I guess it's called second generation stamping, third generation stamping. So there's going to be different variations of that. And I did use the archival black ink. And so I really love the way that that turned out, especially once I do all my embellishing and stuff. It doesn't look so random. So that was layer 3, and now we're going to go in with our last layer of mixed media, and I'm going to be using the Gina K Glitz Glitter Gel in the color Lovely Lavender. It is so pretty, y'all. Oh my gosh. And I'm using a stencil for my stash. It's just an Echo Park like polka dot stencil. They're like super, super tiny polka dots. And I think it was meant to look like snow. And I'm using my Nuvo spatula, which is just great for this because it moves. It's kind of, it's silicone, so it's not stiff, so you can get down in those little circles with that glitter. And I just absolutely love, oh my gosh, I love the way that this looks. It just makes me so happy. So now I'm going to go ahead and just clean up a little and clean the spatula, because anytime that you're using any kind of paste or glitter, you definitely want to clean up as soon as you're done, because that stuff can dry on and be really hard to get off of your stencils. And so make sure that you're cleaning those properly so you don't ruin your supplies. I'm going to be using the Pebbles Live Life Happy collection. I don't know. I really like this collection, but I don't know if it was the perfect collection for the colors that I used in the mixed media. They're a little more softer in the mixed media, and the colors in the collection are a little more bright. In the end, I love the way the layout looks, but yeah, I didn't have anything else that would work with those colors, like collection wise. Um, so that's what I'm going to go for. And there are the two photos. This drink it was the first time that I had this drink. It is a ice venti white mocha with sweet cream foam and caramel drizzle. Holy cannoli. Y'all, I found this drink on TikTok. It's like a TikTok drink. Everybody's been getting it all over TikTok. And so Greg was coming through town and he asked me if I wanted Starbucks and what I wanted, and he brought it home to me. I was actually doing my live for my Patreon when, like, right before he came home. And yeah, it was amazing. And since then, I have gotten it 2 more times, and it's my favorite drink now. I do get the smaller one most of the time, but oh my gosh, it's so good, guys. So right now I'm looking through the ephemera. Now I have the regular ephemera and I think like the kind of word phrase ephemera. So for my scrapbooking, when I do layouts, I like to go through my die cuts or ephemera and pick out which ones I think I'll use. I don't always end up using all of them. However, I kind of like to try to narrow it down so I'm not overwhelmed with trying to use so much. And a lot of these items I really wanted to use, but they just weren't working with the colors, or it just felt like too much. So I end up keeping the embellishing pretty simple, quite basic, because I do have so much happening on the page, and I do have the two photos, even though they are smaller photos. I am going to I wanted to bring in this like minty color, aqua color, and it's not aqua, more of a mint color, I guess. I wanted to bring that in because I do have that in the background, but you can barely see it because of all the other mixed media. So I kind of wanted to bring that in, and Mari used her notebook paper punch for her layout, so I used mine, and I think that was actually the first time that I used it. I've had it for a while, but I've never used it. So yeah, now I am going to use some craft foam and put it behind the photo or the photos. And that just adds a little bit of dimension, and I like that. Especially with all of the mixed media behind and all of the embellishments kind of peeking out from behind the photo. I like there to be some dimension there. So that is, yeah, that's that. I really do. Oh man, I'm in love with this mixed media. I think it's so pretty. If you have not tried the Vicky Bouton Foundations paper, oh my gosh, you really need to try it if you like to do mixed media. It is a dream to work with. I never knew what all the hype was because I had never used it. And then I finally got some, and I'm in love with it. Oh, it's great. You don't have to use gesso, which really makes me happy because it's just less things that you have to put on the page, less things that you have to wait to dry, and all of that good stuff. So I am going to use this little cup and then a rainbow on the left hand side of the photo, and then on the right hand side I just use a little flower cluster. Whoops, sorry. I used a little flower cluster, and that's really going to be kind of all of the embellishing I'm going to do around the photo. I thought that I was going to do the title like over top of the die cuts. I don't know what I was thinking. That looks terrible. So then I tried to move it down just a little bit, and then I just felt like it was kind of just hanging out, like not on anything, and it just looked awkward to me. For me, I really like my titles to be on something, right? Like to be on the edge of something. So I ended up putting it at the very bottom of the layout, and I really like the way that that turns out. I like the way that that looks a whole lot better. I really didn't have anywhere else that I wanted to put it or anywhere else that I thought it would even look good. And the title is just chill out. I saw that on one of the die cuts and I really liked it. And so, yeah, I used the thickers that came with this collection. And now I'm going to cut around this sun. There was a lot of white space around it, and I kind of just wanted it to be a little bit smaller. And so I'm going to put that down up at the top left hand right there. And then I'm going to overlap this little hot air balloon with clouds over top of the sun, and I'm going to put that up on pop dots again just to add some dimension so it's not so flat on the page. And I absolutely love the way that this turns out. I think it's so super cute, and the mixed media in the background just looks super pretty to me. And I'm in love with this page. So yeah, I am actually going to end up taking that star off in a minute because I just felt like it wasn't really working for me. I'm going to add this little rainbow heart. It's a sticker from the sticker sheet up here, kind of overlapping the sun, because, you know, I needed more rainbows on this page. And right there. And what am I going to do next? Oh, I think I'm going to bring in some puffy hearts. I think I'm only going to use one puffy heart, and they're from L Studio, right here. And the only color that really worked perfectly was the orange. And so I'm just going to use just the one. And then I'm going to add some photo corners, and these are for my stash. I've had them for a while, probably 2 or 3 years now, and they're from Heidi Swap. And I really like the way that they're going to look here in just a minute. And again, I'm going to take that star sticker, the big one, off because I don't really care for the way it looks. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel so you guys don't miss any upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to spread love and be kind. I hope that you all have an amazing day. Bye.